Hey, what's cracking, Game Skulls? Welcome back to the $1 Billion Grind. Hope you guys had a good weekend. I know I did. And ready to start the week here. As you guys know, tonight is a shorter stream. I basically just knock out the grind and get ready for work, which starts in a couple hours. So I kind of usually have to wrap this up by like 8 p.m. So about an hour and a half, maybe a little bit more tonight. So why don't we go ahead and get started. I've got one set up and ready to go. And where are we at on the grind, by the way? 343 million. So a little bit slower than we were going this past month. We've had some interference, I think, and kind of expected to be at 400 already. So I'd say we're about 50 some million behind, but that can always be made up just with a couple of real hardcore grinding sessions. Just need to put the hammer down and start knocking it out. So, well, we can start doing that right now. Buckle your seatbelts. Hey, Donald, how you doing, sir? Hope you had a good weekend. Oh, let's get this going, shall we? Confirm, play, yes. Man, I'm really starting to get antsy for the update coming from Rockstar. I think we're just a few weeks out at this point. And I hope I've got my radar set small. I think I do already. We'll find out. Hey, Ice Cold, how's it going? Hey, Mr. 5, how you guys going? How you guys doing? Because I deleted GTA again. Did you get tired of it, man? You get tired of playing? Yeah, Donald, my weekend was good, man. It was really good, actually. It was very relaxing, very chill, which was nice for once in a while. Just so you guys know, I'm probably not going to stream next week, Monday night, because it will be the 4th of July, and got a couple things going on that night. I've got a family thing, obviously, but the other thing is I've mentioned on occasion that I have a little Shih Tzu, and she is my little princess, and unfortunately the fireworks from the 4th of July scare the bejesus out of her, and so I'll probably be spending most of next week, Monday night, trying to console this dog and trying to keep her from going insane. My neighbors, I love them. But they put on some of the most outrageous fireworks shows I've ever seen. And I don't know how they can do it. I've done fireworks in the past, and I know how expensive they are. And they are expensive. I'm not kidding you. On the 4th of July and in the weeks leading up and the weeks after around this neighborhood, I swear I see $1 million worth of fireworks set off before it's all said and done. And tens of thousands the night of the 4th. I mean, there's no way it's not that much. They let off some of the hugest fireworks I've ever seen. But unfortunately, my poor little dog is going to be miserable through all that. So anyway, gist of it is next week, Monday night, there probably will not be a stream for the 4th, just so you guys know. Pecans, GTA isn't fun anymore. I mean, it can be. I've been playing Top Fun with the unprofessionals and stuff and having a lot of fun, man. If you don't like the grind, I could see that. I mean, yeah, this is all pretty meh to me at this point, like doing these Cayos and stuff like that. I've got it down so much. It's like, look at how I can talk while I do it, because it's like all like muscle memory at this point with my thumbs. But the point is if you get online with other people, there's a lot of game modes out there where you can have a lot of silly fun, and I don't think there's really I think it doesn't have to get old, I guess is what I'm saying, because it's always different with people, playing against people in game modes and whatnot. But if you're tired of it, you shouldn't play it. You should find something else that entertains you, man. I wouldn't force myself to play it either if I didn't like it. That's true. Need for Speed and Madden. Yeah, now I have not played Need for Speed. That's one I've been meaning. I am a fan of racing games and cars and stuff. I have not installed Need for Speed. I keep meaning to. I think I have a bunch of different versions of it available on Game Pass. If I wanted to get into Need for Speed, what would, if you're a player of that game, what would you recommend I start with? What's like what's a good title to get going on? You know, I thought I had 2 Cocos, but I guess I don't. I just have 1 Coco. No, I do have 2 Cocos. Jeez, and I'm grabbing brownie mix like an idiot, and it's right here. Yeah, guys, look how I can do this automatically, not even think about it. As I proceed to just completely mess up my my secondary target there. Oh well, wasn't too bad. I only grabbed a tiny bit of brownie mix, so we left 2 bricks of cocoa there. My bad. Anyways, Mr. 5. I got my Mr. 5 account. But did you? Did you? You know, I was going to tell you, Mr. 5, Microsoft has really gotten on my nerves this past week, too. And Need for Speed Payback or Heat, huh? All right, I'll check those out. I will. I want to say other people have made that same recommendation to me for those 2 titles. What happened, Mr. 5? Did they tell you what happened? Do you know what happened? Or is it just a mystery? Was it just suddenly a valid account again with no explanation from Microsoft? Which wouldn't surprise me, by the way. Wouldn't surprise me at all. I'm really, really frustrated with Microsoft right now. In fact, I was going to tell you guys about that. One of the things that's been slowing up my grind is Microsoft. Just real quick, you know, basic explanation. Between my Xbox and the internet is a Windows laptop, and I use that to facilitate a VPN connection. I also have that firewall there that gets me my solo lobbies and stuff, and that's fine. But 2 weeks ago, roughly, on June 14th, Microsoft shipped down a Windows update to that laptop that completely broke my setup. And I limped along for a little while with a really bad workaround. And then till last week, I got a friend involved who's like me. He's IT, but he's more on the server side of things instead of networking, so he knows Windows better than I do. And he told me, no, it was this update, definitely. And he showed me, you know, uninstall it, disable Windows updates, stuff like that. So that fixed everything. As soon as I uninstalled that update, everything was back to working the way it should. And I kid you not, I come back to the thing last night, and my Windows Update service has re-enabled itself, and it has reinstalled that update again, and it has broken my setup again. So last night I had to go through the fix again, and then today, when I was getting, the reason this stream is starting at 6:30 instead of 6, I was actually down here in time to start this at 6. But when I came downstairs to do this today, again, update reinstalled, service re-enabled, and my setup just completely jacked again. So Microsoft has now 3 times thrown this update down to my Windows laptop and has completely broken my setup for this. Very, very frustrating. Now I've set pause Windows updates on the thing. I've uninstalled it again, and I've paused Windows updates again. Now that, well, paused Windows updates using the Microsoft tool to pause it till August 1st. Hopefully that will keep it from happening again, at least through July, while I figure something else out, because I don't know. Microsoft keeps insisting on throwing this update down, and it just completely jacks my stuff up. So anyway, so I'm frustrated with Microsoft too right now, by the way, Mr. 5. So I feel your pain. So what happened? Oh, so okay, good, you've got it here. Went to log back in as I do every week just to check. And I have it back, but every game is gone. And all that's left is GTA 4, Xbox 360 edition, which I never had. So I'm... Dude, I don't know what to tell you, man. That's messed up. That is really messed up. Oops, I think I'm running a little behind on my timing here. Yeah, he's already stopped. And this guy, oh man, I hope I can get this guy before he runs into the view of the camera. Got him. Woo! Now let's take out the camera before it sees anything. All right. Been getting booted offline. Pecans. Got this guy. This guy's going to be already turned around, but that's okay, because we're going to come up on him so fast. I have not gotten the gate keys, have I? We got one more chance for the gate keys here, guys. He's going to be upstairs. If this guy doesn't have the gate keys, I'll have to use the elevator to go down, which I don't like, but, well, what are you going to do? Whoops. My guy got stuck on the wall. He did not have the gate keys either. Okay, I don't have gate keys. It's all right. I'll just have to do a couple extra fingerprints here. Did I see your last comments? Yeah. How do I use a VPN? Yeah, give me a second. I need to hack this out real quick. This is the one thing I can't really talk and do, because I have to count. One sec here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 4 of these bad boys for this one. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, stand by for old man brain. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's about right. Yep, and one more. Woo! 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. Whoops. And there we go. Woo! Harder with 4, man. That is actually a lot harder there. So, I'm almost sorry my setup is running as normal. Pecans, as far as how to VPN on Xbox, yeah, you can't do it directly on the Xbox. Unfortunately, even though Xbox is a Microsoft-created product and you would think that Windows would be in the background of it, and therefore it should be easy to just have a VPN app that you could install to connect to your VPN service. No, it's not. So what I actually have to do to give my Xbox a VPN connection is, like I said, I have a Windows laptop. And that laptop has one physical Ethernet connection already, which is what leads up to my local LAN here, like any other machine. And then I bought a USB gigabit Ethernet connection also, which is the second physical. Oh, I can't go up there because I came down the... See, look at my muscle memory running there. My bad. Anyways, so... You have to basically go from your main Ethernet connection to the internet, and then your Xbox to the second Ethernet connection, and you run a VPN client in Windows. And can I beat that guy back? I think I can. I just have to run quick. I don't want to get spotted. And then you run the VPN client on the Windows laptop, and then you share that internet connection with the secondary Ethernet adapter that goes to your Xbox, and then the Xbox connects through that and gets that VPN connection. So you have to, there's people that have made YouTube videos like how to do it and stuff like that. It's not really that hard. I have the added complexity of a little cheap firewall that I put in there as well. So that secondary Ethernet port on my laptop actually goes to the WAN port of the router, and then my Xbox connects to the inside of that router, and that's how I do the port blocking for my solo sessions. So I've got kind of like a mix right there. And no, that does not play a role, by the way, in what that Windows Update is doing to me. That Windows Update is breaking things even if that router didn't exist. But anyways. Hey, Zephyr, how you doing? And... Alright, so let's go here. Alright, finally. Woo! A little bit of a hairy one without those gate keys. So I'll just stick with my Elite 5 account. You completed all the action figures and the jammers and the plane. Yeah, man, at this point, I don't blame you. I would probably just stick with that, too. What an annoying thing, though. What an absolutely annoying thing that they've done to you with that. And I wonder what the heck happened. I almost wonder if somebody hacked your account and went in and... I don't know, man. Who knows? It's just kind of a pain. But yeah, pecans, if people, when you say you've been getting booted offline, I assume you mean people have been like DDoSing you because you ran into them in a gaming session. And if that's the case, then yes, I highly recommend you VPN. I recommend everybody VPN, but unfortunately, I know everything I just described might sound like a real headache to you guys, and I understand it's not a big deal to me just because I deal with this stuff in my professionally all the time, anyways. So. But I realize not everybody wants to set up a laptop between their console and the internet and add an additional Ethernet and buy a VPN service and all the stuff that you have to do in order to get that working. So I get that. Zephyr, how was your weekend, buddy? Did you get any more gaming in? Did you play any more after Friday night or? I still can't believe you got that account back, Mr. 5. Man. All right, so where are we at now? We're back, and we were at what, 343? So this should take us to like 344 some. I don't think we'll be able to hit 350 tonight. I don't think there's enough time, unfortunately. All right, 1.417. Not bad, not bad. It was tequila, and I messed up the cocoa when I was in there. I grabbed a couple brownie blocks by mistake. Brownie mix blocks. My bad. All right, let's grab personal vehicle. And we'll go back to expanded radar. But yeah, this crap with this Windows update has messed up my grind. I'm curious to see, like, I don't really know how long I was offline, like what, because you guys know I AFK grind. I leave my guys sitting in the security cams so that product and stuff can build up. And I'm not sure how much grinding got done, because I'm not sure when he got booted offline for the Windows update and the reboot. I guess we'll find out in a minute here. Just want to clear out my safes. And as a matter of fact, I don't think the nightclub safe probably will not be full, because I did not have it even at full reputation when I went offline last night. So there's probably not a ton of money there, but that's all right. That's only one small part of the puzzle. But on a lighter note, I am really getting revved up for the updates to come, the summer DLC. I think we're a couple weeks out from it. How the heck does that get through? Okay, it does not. Oh, we got a spammer in here. Hold on a second. Sorry, guys. Someone thought they'd come in and be a jerk on my tiny stream. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't happen much, and we only have a few people. Actually, Zephyr, I think Zephyr and Mr. 5, I think I was talking to both of you guys at some point about that before. Yeah, if stuff like that starts happening, we'll definitely need to. You know what? I'm gonna go make sure I've got armor and guns and so. I don't know the last time I did that, even if I could like not get stuck on the walls though, and just like run in a straight line. But I do also have the chat window right here, so it's pretty easy for me to just block. But if a whole bunch of people came in doing that, yeah, I would have a hard time keeping up with that at that point. So as I was saying, I am really looking forward to the update coming, the summer DLC. We're just a few weeks out at this point, and I'm dying to know what it is. I know everyone's saying it's going to be the movie update. What do you guys think? Do you think those rumors are true? Is it going to be a Michael update where we have to buy like a new property and do something with the movie business? I was thinking it might be in actually hear me out on this. Wow, I think I've actually got like all my ammo here. Hear me out on this. I think that we don't need another property to buy. I mean, how many properties do we own in this game? I mean, you've got your biker clubhouse, you've got all 5 biker businesses, you've got your bunker, you've got your CEO office, you've got any crate warehouses you own, you've got your import-export vehicle that you own, you've got your casino penthouse, you've got your yacht, you've got your LS Customs, your garage, you've got your agency, you've got your arcade, you've got all your apartments or whatever, whatever you have for that. I mean, like, how many more business properties do we need to buy in this game? I feel like they could leverage some of these. Like, if you want to add new business like DLC into the game, you could leverage some of the properties you already have. And that's why I'm thinking that if they want to do something with Michael in movies, I think that's a great idea, actually. I think everyone would like to see that. Michael is the only person that has never made an entrance in this game. I mean, you had Trevor contact missions from the very beginning. You've got the Franklin thing now with the agency and Dre and all that. Michael, there's never been... the only thing you've ever seen of Michael is here in the arcade. You do see Jimmy every now and then. Is he here right now? It's kind of random. He's here sometimes, he's not other times. He works here. But you never see Michael himself. So I think everyone would love to see Michael in GTA Online. However, do we really need another property, man? I feel like we don't. And I was saying before, and this is my belief, a better way to do it would be to start leveraging the agency. Remember when the agency came out, you get your first big contract and it's the Dr. Dre thing. And that's cool, man. But that kind of leaves the agency wide open for a whole lot of other content too. Like, Dre doesn't have to be your only contract, your only big contract. What if the update is Michael is he's a big movie mogul now, and he hires the agency to do some quest, kind of like the way you have a Dre mission, you'd have a Michael mission that way, and it would just be run out of the agency. Then you don't need to buy a new property and get all this setup that goes along with that and stuff, and I don't have to put a big dent in my $1 billion grind. Most important thing to me. And then we can just run that out of the agency. But I don't know. I mean, maybe that sounds too boring. Maybe people want the additional property and the whole new experience and setup and all that. And I get that too. But I just feel like, how many more properties are we going to do? I will say this too. It seems interesting to me that just leading up to this DLC, they put Trevor contact missions on Double Money this past week. Because sometimes they will do stuff like that as a hint about what's coming. What word is that? About what's coming. And it was like a mix between coming and company. But anyways, sometimes they'll do weekly updates leading into the DLC to kind of try to give you a hint about what's coming. And the fact that they put Trevor missions on Double Money makes me wonder, oh man, what if this update is going to be like a Trevor-based update, like some new business that's like Trevor-based, and you're going to be doing more work with Trevor. I mean, I don't know. It could be anything. We'll see. But I just feel like maybe a new property isn't what we need. Oh, wow. Actually, I've got huge nightclub product. It's like 1.5 million. Okay. I was thinking this was going to be really small because of the loss of connection, but yeah, never mind. We got quite a bit of product there. So let's...
Okay, we got a buyer for this stuff. At least I think we do. Everything's encrypted.
Okay, so it's the one where you got to use the SecuroServe app. So that's going to be on the phone. 71 31 71. There it is. My old eyes found it. You'd think that particular puzzle would be really easy for me, because in my professional life I stare at IP addresses all day anyway, and I'm always having to remember them as I'm working on stuff. But it's not. It's actually kind of a pain. You know what? I'm going around the mall. I don't want to try to cut this thing through that little tunnel. This thing is a little too unwieldy for that. Imagine trying to race with these things. What a mess. Alright. Like the least agile thing. Actually, it's not the least agile. It's actually not that bad to unlock the next one. I actually don't get this mission very often. This one and there's another one too that I don't get too often. I want to say I just got it last week and I noticed it. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about this one. Now I'm drawing a blank as to what that was. But this is also one of the missions that I don't get too often. Maybe I'm a grumpy old fart, but I don't care what they do as long as it's quality. Yeah. But like me, as a grumpy old fart, I gotta ask, do you really have much faith in the idea that Rockstar is going to do something quality here? They've done a lot to shake the faith of late, in my opinion. Oh, somebody is squirming around down under the desk there. That would be the puppy dog. What do you want? Okay, she got into her, she's got like a little bed I've got set up under my desk. I felt her like rushing around through my legs. You know, sometimes she jumps up and wants me to pick her up. Thankfully, she's never done that on stream, but I'm just waiting for the day when she does. It's JJ. Yo, how do you get your game looking like that? JJ, I'm sorry, man. I don't understand the question. Looking like what? How does my game look? It is the expanded enhanced version. I don't know if that's what it is. So things off in the distance look really well. But I will say too that this is being re-encoded by YouTube, so you guys really aren't even seeing, like, I know when I've gone back and watched the streams, it doesn't look as good as what I actually see on my screen here. So I'm not sure. Actually, it's on the one that Mr. 5, actually it's on the setting that locks it to 30 frames a second, believe it or not. Even though I'm streaming 60, which is just a weird little thing. You know, I think maybe this road would be the better option here. But yeah, I guess I'm not sure what, JJ, I'm not sure what you're asking when you say that. Like, does it look good? I will say I have some filters in OBS on the output to color correct it a little bit. Also, you know, I know it's cheap, but I feel like things look better when they're oversaturated. So I have turned up the saturation, so the colors are probably a little bit richer in there too. Well, thank you very much, JJ. I appreciate that. They might have it on fidelity mode. Gotcha. Okay. Why? Well, I appreciate that, JJ. I think maybe it's the OBS filters. 1 second, actually. Let me just see if I can just pull that up and see what I did to it. It'll just take a second. It's not, like, really complicated or anything. Now, I'm not set up in a way where I can share this on my screen, but if I look at my capture card game stream. Oh, you know why? Because it's a nested scene inside a scene. M1. Wow. Date clock. Game stream. There we go. And then if I look at filters on that. Yeah, I guess I actually can't change and look at that. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Actually, I can't look at that filter without like changing the scene. Give me 1 second. It'll just take 1 second. You're going to see only the game window for a second. I'm going to disappear, and audio's going to disappear for 1 second. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Oh, hey, thank you for the subscription, boss. I appreciate that, sir. Actually, you know what? I better find the next location. Okay, so I looked at it when I had it switched off to just the game feed there. Yeah, so I've got color correction and I've got sharpening on. I don't think I have the sharpening. Whoops. Old thumbs. Oh my gosh, old thumbs. There we go. You young guys are probably like, seriously, dude, you can't do that? Anyways, I've got color correction on, and the color correction filter actually has quite a few settings, and I kind of remember it now. Understand I set it up like months ago, and I haven't looked at it again since. Very much set it and forget it kind of thing. And I played with it quite a bit, like the brightness and the contrast and the saturation, and I would record it and look at the playback. I'd get a different setting and record it, look at the play, until I found it like looking what I thought looked good. And I kind of forgot that I even did that. So it's neat that you came in and mentioned that it looked good. So I appreciate that, sir. Thanks. But I think what you're seeing is the color correction in OBS mostly, and then a tiny bit of sharpening on top of it. But very, very light on the sharpening. If you over sharpen it, it'll start to look like crap, actually. I discovered that when I was messing around with those settings. But those are the two filters that I've got in place. Looks good for Xbox. Thank you, Mr. 5. Like I said, you guys aren't really seeing what I'm seeing, though, which is kind of funny because YouTube, they re-encode this stuff. They take what I send them and they re-encode it for their own platform and set it up. One of the reasons that I stream in 1440p is because that ensures that I'll get their VP9 codec, which is much, much better than their AVC codec. Because I'm a small YouTuber and I don't have a lot of subscribers and I don't get a lot of views, comparatively, you know, because of that, most of my content, if I left it at 1080p, would get what they call the AVC codec from YouTube. And man, if you go and look, actually, one of my earliest videos on this channel is I was like testing out different ways to speed run checkout time. And I think those will be like one of the very first videos, like first or second video on here. It's back in like August of 2018 when I was doing it. And you'll see when I'm riding the motorcycle at high speed up the road, you'll see that AVC codec and just how absolutely horrific it looks when you've got a lot of like fast motion in a video game. It looks like crap. It's like all blocky and pixelated, and then it clears up and then it blocks out again. It's really really horrible. So what I learned is on YouTube, if you go to 1440p as your resolution, you will automatically get the VP9 codec, even if you're a little YouTuber, because you just can't re-encode 1440 content with the crappy AVC codec. It starts to look too bad that even they won't do it. So that's why I stream in 1440p. But I'll tell you the trade-off of streaming in 1440p is I can't do the... Are you kidding me? This guy again? Okay, hide user. Sorry, guys. I guess someone's gonna keep trying. Anyways, so one of the trade-offs of streaming in 1440p though is there's a super low latency mode, and it would be much more in real time if I could do super low latency, but that's not available for 1440p, probably because the 1440p, like all the data it has to encode for that, is too much in order to make it reliably give a low latency experience. So that's why like Mr. 5 and Zephyr and stuff, when we've been playing together, you know that we're doing stuff in game and you don't see it on the stream for like 10 seconds because I'm not able to do super low latency at 1440p. Unfortunately, that's the trade-off. So is this
Hey, hey.
oh man, I want to get out of here. Oh man, I've activated a gang attack just by virtue of being here. And I couldn't get out. And I don't want any part of it either, by the way. Anyways, so is this a normal thing, guys? I'm still really new to streaming. I've only been doing it a couple months. Going too far from the gang cat. Yeah, that's intentional. I don't want to be in it. Is it normal to have someone like pop in and start doing crap like that in the stream chat? I've actually, this is the first time that's ever happened, I think. I can't imagine, like, I mean, what do we have? We've got like 4 people in here. Like, I can't imagine what they imagine they're going to get from that. Like, if I were them, I would be heading into a stream with like 15,000. Like, if I were gonna spam someone's stream chat, I would be spamming like typical gamers or something like that. Yeah, it happens to everyone that streams. Okay. Well, you know, it's the first time it's ever happened to me, actually. I've been streaming for like 3 or 4 months, but I am new to it. So, but yeah, if I were going to do that, I kind of feel like I'd be hitting up like typical gamer. He's got like 15,000 people in his stream. I mean, are you really going to spam to 4 peeps? Come on, man. It's bots. Yeah, that makes sense too. I guess whenever you have a platform like this, you're always going to find people to abuse it. It is what it is. So where are we at now? We're at 346 million. Oh, that's cool. We've come up like 3 million now since we started. And I think I can pull another Cayo off. I do need to... oh, this is another thing, guys. If you've watched in the past, you know that I was struggling with the infinite loading screen bug. The ever-enterprising porn bots. Donald, it actually asked me if I wanted to show your comment. So, anyways, I had to approve it. It's so funny. Probably because I'm going to guess because you used the word porn. Nope, I've got to do the setups. I got to buy a new one. I just did one at the beginning of the stream. So it's a brand new one. So I got to fly through the setups. But what I was going to tell you guys was, you guys have seen me struggle. If you've watched before, you've seen me struggle with the Cayo setup, specifically the Intel mission, where I get the Vellum, I fly it all the way across the map, I fly into the trigger point to go to Cayo. It takes me to a loading screen, black loading screen, and then it leaves me there forever, and I have to restart my game. Guys, I think I have figured it out. I've been keeping track in a spreadsheet of when it happens and when it doesn't, and trying a few different things. And what I've found is every single time it's ever happened, it's when I used... You guys know I have my spawn point set to the Kasaka. So if I go to opt online and go find new session, and I jump sessions, and I was doing that just to get into the Kasaka more quickly. After I do that, and then I run the mission, the Intel mission, that's when I see that bug pop up. But when I do what I'm going to do right now, which is call for my Kasaka and then actually fly out to it in person, it has never done it, not even one time. Actually, I'm going to shrink my radar because I need to be able to see when I'm out on Cayo. So this will be another test. If this one goes to Cayo without any infinite loading screen, then this will be, I'm going to be very confident that this is the fix to that, and I'm really thankful for that, because that was really annoying the piss out of me. Let's put the vehicle away. Or when you said it's ready, were you just telling me that I can buy it again? Maybe that was what you meant. I wasn't sure if you were asking or telling. If you were asking if I had like the final heist ready. I do not. All right, 25 grand. I get hard mode. I do. All right, Let's go scope this guy out. Oh, nice. We're right here at Chumash already, and we get Lagos. I could have just left my my oppressor and not returned it. Oh well. I got the sparrow. It'll work. I do got to ask you guys, I think I probably asked you this last week. I'm going to ask again. How is the music volume versus my voice? I mean, no one said anything, so my assumption is that the balance is fine. Although if one of you guys says there's music, then maybe the music is too low. But I had to make an adjustment to my mixer settings this past week. And it involved changing the volume settings in Spotify, which in turn affects my mixer settings here in OBS. So I'm not sure if I've got the right balance. What I really need to do is record it and then listen back for myself, or play my streams back and listen for myself, which I will do. But if you guys hear anything that needs to be adjusted, please always tell me and I will see if I can adjust it. Okay, this guy's like shooting me. Here we go. This guy, man. Alright. Never spawned my sub back when I was running Cayo, and it did that to me repeatedly. Well, hold on, Donald. Did it do the infinite loading screen? Or did it do the bug where you'd fly? Were you playing in expanded and enhanced? Because if you were doing it in the old version, I know there was a bug where you would fly into the trigger point and the trigger point would disappear and you'd be left still flying around in free roam. There was that bug too, which is similar, but it's not the same bug. And that bug, by the way, I found on Reddit, of all places. I found that you can fix that one by putting your landing gear down before you fly into the trigger point. And that was true for me in the old version of the game. Oh, E&E and infinite loading. So you were running into that. Okay. And you never spawned into your sub. Huh. Okay. Well, thanks for scaring me. I guess we'll find out in a minute here. Maybe I will eventually hit it, but I will tell you that over like the last 20-some Cayos or so, I've been tracking it in a spreadsheet. And the only time it's ever done it is when I jumped sessions into my Cayo to start it. Jumped sessions into my Kasaka to start it. And every single time I've done what I've done here, which was fly out to my Kasaka, call for my Kasaka and fly out to it, it's worked. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it continues to work for me. But now I'm not so sure. Yeah, I want me to be right too, man, because it's really, really annoying when that thing goes out like that. When it malfunctions. Well, I tell you, this stuff is frustrating sometimes, isn't it? Between the Windows updates and the Rockstar bugs. It's like, man, people, can't you make your stuff work? Thankfully, for the most part, it does. Just these little niggling things that get annoying. All right, moment of truth here. We're getting close. Watch it go to infinite loading. I know, I shouldn't be saying that. Jinxing myself here. All right. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Ah, there we go. We are here. Nice, 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 nice. It is Cayo at night, though, which I don't like. This guy still doesn't recognize us.
Okay, right over there. They will bring it soon. Go on.
All right. So, I don't like Cayo at night because I can't see like the bushes and stuff in the fields as I'm riding around. And half the bushes on this island will throw you off your motorcycle. It's really, really annoying that they did that. All right, let's just get up here to the hill. And yeah, now I kind of have a good idea where I'm going at this point. Just kind of go just off to the right. Thank you, Beachdown Gaming, for the driving lesson. Watching his speed runs of Cayo is where I kind of came up with my own patterns from. It's not exactly what he does because, you know, there's a difference between speedrunning and grinding. When you're speedrunning, you're basically trying to do everything absolutely as quickly as possible. Just cut down every second you can. And when you're grinding, you do want it to be as quick as you can, but you also need it to be at a certain level of like ease and chill because you're going to be doing it for a long time and you don't want to like burn out. So what I do is not really a speed run, but it's kind of based on the speed run style, but it's done in a leisurely fashion, if you will. To quote the great Adam Sandler, at a medium pace. We'll send this to Pavel. And so we got double brownie mix and cash there. And hey, I like the fact that there's not a guard over here this time. It's always a little more high pressure when he's walking there because you have to run to get out of his vision cone. And what do we got over here? More brownie mix. And more brownie mix from the look of it. So it's like 4 brownie mixes and a cache so far. It's going to be a brownie mix secondary this time. I'm 170 million away from $1 billion. Are you really? Like $830 million, man. That's awesome. Are you planning on going all the way to $1 billion, or is that just where you are and you don't really pay attention? I mean, at this point, even at my point, at 300 some million, there's nothing we can't afford in this game. We don't need this much money, but it's just kind of the point of having it. But I was just wondering, are you like specifically grinding to $1 billion, or are you is that just where you're at just from playing like normally? Don't look like there's anything on that table. So 5 brownie mixes and a cache for the secondaries here. Let's go check out the primary. Probably another tequila, because as I mentioned last week, I mentioned I got a whole bunch of like bearer bonds and ruby necklaces and pink diamonds in a row. I went like 10 Cayos with no tequila, so we finally got a tequila this time, and we'll probably get it again. Or for the last one, I finally got tequila again, so we'll probably get it again this time because I am due for it. I acknowledge that I am due for it. The timing wasn't that good on this guard. I could probably go, but I don't like to risk it because if he does turn when I'm jumping the hill and sees me, then I'm gonna have to go all the way back to the airport and start again. So it's better to just wait for him to do his little pattern here. Just be a few more seconds. Yeah, trying to get the $1 billion. Nice. Have you been at it for a long time, or did you just start a few months ago? I mean, if you're an expanded and enhanced, then, well, I guess you could have transferred it in though, couldn't you? So maybe, I was going to say if you're expanded and enhanced, it means you just started, but no, I guess it doesn't mean that. Oh, he turned. Let's jump. Nice jump. Oh, compressed discs after that. No risk it, no biscuit. Started last year. Nice. Yeah, I started this in March. I started at 25 million, When I got expanded and enhanced, I couldn't really bring my Xbox One character over because I have friends who play in that version who I still play with, and they are not going to expand and enhance, at least not right now. So I was going to start a brand new character, but much to my surprise, anyone who's been in the stream has heard this story 100 times, but as I was looking at setting up expand and enhanced and totally planning on starting a new character, I saw another one available to transfer in, and at first I wasn't even sure what it was because it was like level 196 and it had like $25 million. And after I looked at it and looked into it, I realized it was my old PS4 character that I hadn't played in over a year. So I was able to start at least with like a lot of the businesses I knew I needed and stuff. In fact, he already had the Kasaka, so I had run Cayo on him on PS4 before I moved him here. But I started this grind in March, and I started at around $25 million. So grinded about 300 million in that time, a little over 300 million. Yeah, I guess we're going straight across on all three of these. But yeah, I want those 10 figures, man, in the bank. Not that you'd need it, but it's just kind of like an achievement, you know? I had so much respect for the professional when he did it a couple years ago, and he did it without Cayo too. So he had a much harder go of it than I'm having. Yep, I told you guys, tequila. I'm overdue for them. I honestly need to get like 3 more after this before I'm really evened out on it. So I'll probably get a string of tequilas here. It is what it is. It's still the best money in the game, so I'm not going to complain too hard. So now I will spawn back in my Kasaka for the rest of the stuff because these missions like never glitch out. So I got about 40 minutes, so I think I can do this. Should be able to. If I don't end right at 8, it's not a big deal. I don't work until 9, so I've got some leeway. I like to end at 8 so that I can get some food and catch up on everything before I start work. Dog is passed out. She's so cute. There's also in Tequila Ice first world problem. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. That's why I try not to complain too hard about it. Like, even if I had all cash as secondaries and tequila as the primary, you still just can't complain that hard about it. It's still better than anything else that they ever had in the game. I'm going to put my expanded radar back on. All right, so here we go. We will start with weapon loadout. I always buy suppressors and crack shot. That's my loadout. And Merryweather. We don't do Merryweather. And why don't we do Merryweather? Because it takes too freaking long. And I don't care if I have to blow it up 15 times. It's still a better time than trying to actually run the mission. So far, I want to say my record is 8. I've had the longest I've gone. I've had to blow it up 8 times before I finally got an office mission. But it usually doesn't go more than 4. Goodbye. All right. There we go, 707 Vespucci. So my friends, the Unprofessionals, are getting all hyped up for some new DLC coming out for Outriders. Anyone here play that game? I've never played that game. I'm not familiar with it. I watched some trailers for it, and it looks decent. I told them I would get it installed and try to play like the new content with them when it came out, but honestly, it's kind of hard to do. Hard to find the time to like play a different game because I'm trying to grind this as much as possible, and I'm trying to create content. And I know I keep saying I'm creating recorded content, guys. I really am. Yeah, if you look, the only recorded content I've put out this entire year has been the thank you for 100 subscriber video so far, and you know that was a very short video. I do have like a bunch of stuff I've been working on, but I just cannot seem to find the time to sit down and finish editing and get it mastered the way I want it mastered, and then upload. But I will get to that. But yeah, they wanted me to start playing Outriders with them, and I said I would, but man, I'm really having a hard time finding the time for it. 118. What's 118? I didn't understand. Oh, subscriber count. Yeah. Okay, here we are. I'm confused for a second. I wasn't. I am getting old, man. It's. This ever happened to you? You're looking at something and suddenly you don't like understand it anymore. I don't know. Am I losing my mind? I got like turned around there on my way to the building. I wasn't sure where I was headed. That's why I grew quiet for a minute. I'm looking at it like, where's the building that I'm going to? Did I pass it? I guess I could have just looked at the radar for the yellow circle, which is what I eventually did. Anyways. So, try to stealth this, if my old thumbs will allow it. I mess these two up sometimes. I mean, the guy's looking right at me. Alright, got lucky on the stick that time. And, oof, see, that's what I'm talking about. There we go. Those little minute adjustments can be challenging for me. That's why I say I'm an old guy with no thumbs. That's why I'm terrible at PvP in this game. But I have fun with it. I do enjoy it anyway. Like, I don't really care like if I'm not winning. I'm not like a KD guy. I really could care less about it. I know some people are so sensitive about that. I don't understand. Whoops. There we go. What do they call them? KD warriors or whatever. I've never understood it. I mean, I guess you could argue that one metric is as good as another to measure your success by, if that's your thing. I mean, I measure mine in this game obviously by dollars, I guess. But you know what? I really don't. I mean, I know I'm doing a $1 billion grind, and I am predominantly a grinder. That's my style of play. But honestly, once you have like 200 some $1 million in this game, you're already way past what you need. So that's not even really it. I want to say I measure my success in this game by how much I enjoyed. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? All right. That guy just ran right into me, man. And you know, the sparrow's basically made out of paper mache, so you knew that was gonna happen as soon as he did that. Wow. All right, let's just call for the oppressor. Oh my. That was something. I did not see that coming. I mean, I saw him coming closer to me, but I was like, nah, he's not gonna hit me, is he? Is he gonna hit me? No. Yeah, he did. Right into me. All right, where did I drop this thing anyway? There it is. All right, let's get out of here. Jeez. Oh, that was funny. Anyways. Well, I needed my oppressor anyway. So actually, I didn't need it. That that guy, man. Well, I mean, he paid the ultimate price, didn't he? Anyway, so actually that was good timing, because what was I saying? I measure this game by how much fun I have. Well, there you go. There's an example of a successful gaming session. Something happened that I've never seen happen before, and I'm gonna chuckle every time I think about it now. Oh man, but I'll tell you what I don't like is when I leave my oppressor here and I come back out and it's fallen into the ocean. There we go. Yeah, sit steady, my friend. Thank you very much. All right. Yeah, so that's how I measure success in any game that I play is, how much am I enjoying it? I just happen to enjoy like the grinder style of play. It's the money's a way to measure it, I guess, but really I enjoy doing these missions. I really do. Yeah, doing Cayo this many times can get tedious. I'll grant you that. But in general, I do like just the gameplay itself is the real reward at the end of the day. Because I mean, what does the money really do for me? Nothing, There's nothing in this game, I can't buy 10 of at this point. So where are we going, Vespucci? NPCs, man. I guess they drive as bad in the air as they do on the ground. Alright, so let's set down here. And I guess I'll have to put this guy away first. All the Phantom Wedge. And put on some body armor. Actually, I learned something new with this mission. I'm actually glad we got this one. Yeah, example of how you can do something. Not only if you do stuff enough will you see crazy things, but you will also learn new things sometimes, even after you've done it. I thought I knew this one, and I've complained about this one in the past, this particular location for this mission, because the way the gate is to get in there and get this thing hooked up is kind of wonky. But last week, I tried something new out of the blue and discovered that it worked really well. I've always been backing through the gate backwards, and the reason I do that is because I don't want to get shot, and I want to be, kind of out of their way. The back of the truck protects me from getting shot by the cops. But then it makes it really hard to line up with the long fin because of the way the gate opens. What I discovered this past week is you can actually go in forward, and if you just run right into these guys, they're not going to shoot you anyway. And now it's really easy to line up with the long fin and get right back out like that. So there's something new that I just learned this past week is when I have this location for the long fin, I now go through that gate forward and just do what you see. Go in, make a right, crash right into the armored truck and those cops standing there. And yeah, I got shot. But trying to line it up after backing in, I always ended up getting shot anyway. So it's much, much easier and actually, probably took less damage than I would otherwise. So anyways, if you do stuff enough, you will eventually learn. Even when you think you know it all, there's always a better way of doing it, something new to learn about it. So that was my new piece of info this past week for doing this, for that particular location. And the other thing, of course, is I've done that exactly, and they can kill you if you don't back up straight. Yeah, I imagine. But I've been killed. Oh, come on. Okay, can we get the long fin off the tracks? Good. Okay. That would have sucked if that long fin came unhitched on the tracks as the train was coming through. Anyways, I'm not sure. I think the long fin might have gotten destroyed by that, and I might have had to have restarted the mission. But anyways, no, yeah, they can still kill you. But you know what? If you back in the way I was doing it, they can kill you that way too. I've been killed that way any number of times because it takes me forever to get straightened out and get on the right angle to get that long fin hooked up. So yeah, I still think going in forward, now that I've done it a bunch of times this past week, I think that going in forward is the better option. All right, they're right here, so I'm going to just have to blow up. Boom. Oh, good. They didn't spawn me too far this time. Sometimes they spawn you really far away after you do that. These guys are still all freaking out. All right, so we've got the plasma cutter, the fingerprint cloner, and the cutting torch, and then I can head back. None of those take too long. Probably be done with that in the next 10 minutes. Going back to Cayo after that. Let's return this guy. There's like blood stains on the front of it, man. Ugh. All right. Such a gentle game. Turn to storage. I think I'm already, yeah, I was already at the widest view. Sometimes I can't tell, like it looks different. Yes, as a matter of fact, I did over the weekend with the professionals. I wasn't streaming it, but we did several of the contracts out of the auto shop until we got tired of it. I did hunt down exotic exports a couple times because they're 40 grand a pop and then 200 grand extra at the end. And then I did on Friday night during my live stream, Anything Goes, I did vehicle deliveries in free roam. That's one of my favorite things to do on Friday nights when I'm not grinding. If I'm doing like a Friday night free roam stream, I'll go into a session. I'll open up my firewall. I'll get into a session with randoms, and I'll do deliveries from the auto shop. But when I do them, I will turn off the radar and I'll turn off names over players so that I'm completely blind. Now, you might ask, how do I know where to deliver without that? Because you don't have the radar then. Well, I do open the map right when I get out of the shop and just look on the map at where the delivery is. And then it's up to me to kind of remember it. But that's actually a lot of fun. You never know when they're coming after you. I don't know. I enjoy it. Amazingly, some of the sessions I've been in, some of the lobbies, the people are pretty tame. They like didn't bother me at all. They didn't come after my car, or I want to say, I don't want to like say anything about like any platform or anything, because look, people play the platform they want to play. But my experience in this game, I will say this. I played PS4 for a long time. And then last year I got the Xbox Series X. And so I decided to go ahead and get the Xbox One version of the game, since obviously Expanded and Enhanced wasn't out yet. And I will tell you that one of the first things I noticed playing in public lobbies on Xbox One, or just in the Xbox platform, I guess you would just say, the lobbies were a lot calmer than the lobbies on PS4. Like, it seemed like in PS4, there was almost always somebody who was just absolutely devoted to effing with you. I mean, no matter what. Like, I mean, not always, obviously, but you know what I mean. It just seemed like there a lot of the time, we had people coming after me. Oops, there it is down there. At another one of those moments. Like, where is it? Anyways, it seemed like on PS4, I had a lot more people messing with me. And the first thing I noticed when I came to Xbox One, like a year and a half ago now, or whenever it was, first thing I noticed was that there was not much in the way of griefers in the lobbies. Not saying there's never, of course there is, but not to the extent that there was on PS4. So I would say that Xbox lobbies, in my experience, are more calm than PlayStation lobbies. PlayStation lobbies seem to be filled with more griefers to me. I don't know if anyone else has experienced both and can make that comparison, or maybe they had the opposite experience. I don't know, but that's been my experience comparing the platforms. Of course, PC is the freaking worst. I've played on PC also. Not only are PC sessions filled with endless, mindless griefers, but they're all God mode modders also. So at least here on console, it's not as much of a problem with the modding. Not that there's never a problem, but it's not as much of one. So this is one of the easier locations. I like these because I don't even have to get off my oppressor. Did I get them all? Really? Yes, I did. All right. And we're out. Easy peasy. That's like the easiest location there is. The Del Perro location is a pain because it's like in that little alcove with like only one way out. And even though I do it without too much trouble, I mean, I rarely fail it, but rarely do I get killed in it. But of the three, the two Rockford locations are much easier than Del Perro, in my opinion. So, all right, we've got the plasma cutter. And now I need the fingerprint cloner. What about you, boss? Did you run any of those auto shop missions during the double money? Did you do any of the like little mini heists? We also ran, just for nostalgia's sake, we ran all the Trevor missions also. Made about 5 million. Nice, nice. I kind of don't like the contracts, the mini heists or whatever you want to call them. I mean, they're decent and they pay decent for what they are, but I get annoyed with the limited weapon loadouts and at least the vehicles aren't as bad anymore. I didn't realize, like, when I first ran those little mini heists, I keep calling them mini heists, but I guess what I mean to say is auto shop contracts. When I first ran them, I was always stuck like into Santa's vehicle. But now that I have the Dominator AS, whatever it was, it did let me use that for those. So I guess if you have like an Ellis Customs type vehicle and you've got that customized, it will let you use that for heists, I guess. But I still don't like the weapon loadouts, and I feel like they don't give you, in some circumstances, I feel like they don't give you enough ammo also with those weapons. But there's also this. When I first did them, when the content first came out last year, I did them all solo. And this past weekend, when I was doing them with the unprofessionals, my friends. So it's also a lot easier to do with 3 people than it is with 1. And the weapon loadout and ammo doesn't come into play quite as much. Oh, he didn't die. Wow, that guy's like immortal. He died immediately. Okay. Got the headshot, though. Alright, come on. I only play them when it's double money. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't really enjoy them, like I said, that much. They're not the most fun content that ever came out. Also, I'm sorry, but Sasanta and Moody Man, I just can't stomach listening to them. I just can't. Sasanta particularly is really, really annoying. Well, I guess they're both really, really annoying. I never thought that anybody could beat Pavel on the annoyance factor, but I actually like Pavel more than I like those two, Sasanta and Moody Man. They get on my nerves with their endless like double entendres and suggestive crap, whatever. Yes, prefer the agency contract. Absolutely, I can run the agency contracts all day long. In fact, I've got them maxed out over the 200 to max out the safe. And those I enjoy doing just for the fun of it, even if they're not on double money. They're definitely worth it. My favorite one is Recover Valuables, and I want to say my favorite location is Tequila La. I also like the payphone hits. Those are kind of fun too. Although the Popstar one, I fail sometimes when I get the truck. When you've got to smash them up with the truck cab. I have failed that one a couple times because it's hard to catch a sports car in a semi-truck. The other one I sometimes fail is the CEO one, when you're going to take out the bulldozer driver and make him run the guy over. And sometimes I have trouble getting that headshot in one shot. I can't see the guy or whatever. Probably the best bet there would be thermal. But if it's like bright daylight or night, if it's dark night, I have trouble seeing the guy and I don't always get the shot off correctly, and then that blows it and I only get the 15 grand after that. But other than those missions, I usually pass them without any problem. And I usually pass those too. It's just sometimes those give me trouble. Oh, the other one? Actually, I forgot. The Founder, when it wants you to throw the Molotov cocktail, it wants you to burn him in his car. Sometimes I'll hit him perfectly, but for whatever reason, the fire will go out and he won't die from that. And then I'll just have to take him out manually, and I don't get the bonus on that one either. So I guess there's a few that I have a little bit of trouble with. But for the most part, 99% of the time, I get the 85 grand each time, usually. 1,007 security contracts. 88 auto shot. Yeah, I'll say it does. You've done over 1,000 security contracts, man? Wow. Never done a payphone hit? Really? That's really a good money, too. I mean, you don't really need the money here in 800 some million, but it's a good thing to do. If you've done a bunker sale and you've done your nightclub sale, I'm assuming those are part of your grind. The payphone hit is a good thing to do between Cayos during cooldown if you don't have anything else more valuable to do, because you can finish it in, sometimes as little as 40-50 seconds, sometimes as much as 2 or 3 minutes. But if you do it right, you get 85 grand, so it's some of the fastest money in the game. So, cutting torch. All right, last setup, and then we can go back to Cayo. Yes, he is. If they, I heard originally, I think it was Yorick. I don't know if you, Donald, I don't know if you've ever been in the stream when Yorick is here. He used to hang out a lot, but he's kind of bored of GTA right now. Kind of like Pequans was saying earlier. Yorick's bored of it also. But Yorick was shooting for 500 security contracts because I guess originally they were saying it would max out at 50 grand per 48 minutes, and maybe 500 grand was going to be the total safe capacity, and you could do 500 security contracts. Yeah, but it turned out only being 200, of course. But yeah, if they ever do increase that, then you should be all set. All right, I'm just going to go in loud and dumb here. I always do anyways. I know some people like to go get the hard hat and run around in there. I don't. But my missiles are having trouble hitting that guy. Okay, these guys are... Is that all of them? I think it might be. Yeah, if there's anyone else in here, I'll just pop them when I get in here. Woof. Almost ran off the roof there. Alright, may as well just jump down and... Whoops. Didn't mean to jump down there, though. Oh, there's a box on top of it. I was going to say, I thought there was... and it is there, too. Hold on. Alright, I had to push that box out of the way. That would be my missiles at work.
Did you find it yet? Bring it to me and I will keep it safe.
Alright. Gotta climb back up here and get out of here. These guys don't stand a chance. Alright. I'm going back to Cayo. And before I forget, I'm going to get rid of my large radar now. There we go. Yeah, I really like the payphone hits, actually. They're fun to do. as Boss says, they're boring to me. I enjoy them. I think they're fun to do. And they're such like quick, easy 85 grand. It's kind of like doing a, I kind of liken it to doing a CEO vehicle export, because what was the max you could make on that? Like 80 grand. And so these are similar money. They're 85 grand. I'm going to throw my oops, empty, wrong. There we go. Throw my oppressor back in the garage. So I kind of liken them to doing like an auto export. It's got that same 20-minute cooldown too. Like after you sell a vehicle from auto export, you've got 20 minutes till you can do it again. Same thing with payphone hits. Once you do one, you got 20 minutes. But of course, the difference is, of course, you never really make 80 grand, or very rarely on the auto exports, because you might take some damage when you're sourcing the vehicle, and then of course you might take some damage when you're delivering the vehicle. So you would have to have perfect no damage both during sourcing and during sale in order to truly make 80,000. And then the amount of time spent, depending on what missions you get, could be significantly more than a payphone hit is also. So I guess the only thing is of course, like I said, some of those payphone hits, I mess them up sometimes, and then you only get 15 grand instead of 85. So there is that too. So close to 70 mil just from those, but I mix them in with security working crates. Yeah. The payphone hit is just something you kind of do like between the other bigger money makers. But it is a nice one for that. It's a really nice filler thing. So yeah, well, most of my money comes from Cayo too. I mean, it's hard to beat 1.5 million average every time you do it. All right. Here we are. We're back again. I think I just had mostly brownie mix here, right? There's one cocoa. Where's my man? There he is. The Jeep already went by. Good deal. All right. Cracks me up how like all the non-guard NPCs like totally freak out when you take these guys out, but the guards like don't react to it at all. Like they don't notice everyone running around screaming and panicking. So we'll grab the cocoa here, and then we'll just go grab the brownie mix up. We don't even have to go across the water for this one, because those two brownie mixes up in the next one will fill us the rest of the way. But there's definitely, I absolutely agree, there's definitely no better money in this game than Cayo. Absolutely. Alright, so we got a camera on this one, which kind of sucks. Can I beat it? It's pointed the other way right now, but it comes back kind of quickly. Oof, I got stuck on the wall. Can I beat it in? I did. Ooh. Cut that kind of close, actually. So I'll wait for him to come back. Got him. But there's life after all those trips, so yeah. Yeah, you do this enough and you do start to feel like a little dead inside. Like, I need to do something different. That's why I like my free roam Fridays, though. I like to get into the mix with some randoms, maybe get into some races. Racing is one of my favorite activities in this game, and it bums me out that people don't do it as much as they used to. And street races, the original street races that came out with the game, those are my favorite races of all. But all anyone ever wants to do, can I beat this camera? Yes, I beat it. Okay. Taking unnecessary risks there, gentlemen. I probably should have waited for that camera to turn back, but it worked out, so good for me. In street races, the original street races are my favorite, and nobody wants to do those anymore. Such a hard time finding anyone to run those. You could sit trying to fill your lobby for forever, and no one will join it. All anyone wants to do are like the stunt races and stuff like that. Thankfully, they did put Top Fun back in the game recently. I don't know how long it'll stay there, but that's always been one of my favorite game modes too. If you guys are familiar with Top Fun, obviously they did it because of the movie that, you know, they were kind of like theming with the movie a little bit there. But we ran a bunch of Top Funs the last couple weeks, and it was a good time. I haven't run that in a long time, so it was fun to get back into it. I created a playlist of those, of the Top Funs, all three of them, and I'm really hoping that after they remove it, that playlist will still be playable. I'll find out. Are you taking off, Donald? All right, sir. Well, thank you very much for joining, and I will see you later on. And yep, I will try to have a good night at work too. Starting in about an hour now. But I am going to finish this Cayo first. All right. My old thumbs will try to stay accurate on these. This is much easier to do. Well, same with aiming, I guess, but this is much easier to do with a mouse than it is with a controller. I will say that. That is one thing I miss about PC, is being able to do some of this stuff with a mouse. It just lends itself to it better. But I don't like, I will say this, I do not like driving or flying with keyboard and mouse. That's absolutely awful. The controller is much better for that stuff. All right, here we go. Gotta get my timing right here. I was a little bit off last time. Also, we got thrown by the lack of a gate key. Had to use the elevator fingerprints to get down there this past one. All right, here we go. We're back again. For the 500th time, probably, at least. All right, good timing there. Wait for this guy to turn. We're actually a little bit ahead. Pop him. Okay, he had the gate key, thankfully. He has it more often than anyone, but like I said last time, nobody had it. Pop him. I don't even mess with that guy on the other side of the gate, because when I do, half the time I hit the gate and alert everybody. And then we'll run upstairs, pop this guy. Come on, move, Mark. Sometimes I feel like my guy slows down too much. Pop this guy. Let's see what we got in the safe. So we're at 420. And 420 to 505. So yeah, like 85 grand. Nice. That was a decent take for the safe. I don't think it's ever higher than 95. But sometimes it's low as like 40 or 50. So hop down. And we only have 2 fingerprints down here, which I like. Because old man must count his way through it. Okay, 1, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, one more. 1, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Alright. Careful not to burn my fingers. Tequila. Oh, it's so disappointing. It is what it is. It's like Donald said, though, first world problems. Oh, I only get like 1.4 million for this. Two more. And one more. All right, let's get out of here. This is Cayo number 2. Just about done. Cayo number 2 for the night, I mean. Alright, that guy should be done with his pattern there. Wait for this guy to... There we go. Grab the bike and we are out of here. We're going to go a little bit over 8 tonight, which is fine. Hello, sir. May I borrow your bike? Take a nap. Thank you, sir. Have a nice sleep. Oof. Almost clotheslined myself off of this thing, which wouldn't be a good place to do it because there's a guard right there. Although they're so deaf, dumb, and blind, I'm not sure if he'd even notice. Alright. Get rid of the knife, because I think I swim faster without the knife in my hand. I don't know. That might just be like my imagination, but I feel like without a knife in my hand, I would swim faster, so hopefully that's true for real in the game. And once we reach the skeleton, we're done. All right, another Cayo in the books. To see where we're at money-wise after this. We had pretty decent secondaries this time around. I don't think we'll hit 1.5 though. I think it'll still be like 1.4 something. But we'll see in a second here. Yeah, it'll be 1.416. But we actually had decent secondaries. But I'll probably have to struggle through a few more tequilas before it starts giving me the other ones again. Like I said, I was overdue. I went like 10 in a row without any tequila, so I can't complain too hard about it. What's up, Mini Madrazo? All right, if we can get through these expanded and enhanced faster loading screens, I will see where my bank balance is at. $347.7. So we're almost to like 350. Another Cayo or two, and we'll be at 350. So it took a little bit longer. When did we hit 300 million? Like 3 weeks ago now, maybe, I want to say. So it's taken a long time to get 50 million this time around, but we had a lot of things interfering, like stuff in real life, and then of course the issues with the laptop and stuff like that have affected things, but it's definitely going to pick it back up. Like I said before, I do not believe that I will finish the billion by like end of August, the way I was originally thinking. It'll probably be closer to like the end of the year, but it's not going to take too long either. And again, it's not a race anyway. It's not even a marathon. It's just kind of a casual stroll, something to do for fun. So not a big deal. I'm not too plussed about how long it'll take, no matter what. So I bet you I have a bunker sale to do. I'm not going to do that right now, but I do need to actually stay in game and buy the next Cayo so that I get the hard mode. But I will do that after the stream is ended. Right now, I'll just get set up in the bunker for the moment. Make sure I have full product. I do. So, all right, guys, I think that is going to be it for tonight. Everyone, thank you very much for joining and stuff. I appreciate it. Boss, thank you very much for the subscription, buddy. I appreciate that, sir. Thank you very much. So, everyone, we're going to end it here. I'll be back on stream on Friday night. But remember, next week, Monday night, is going to be the 4th of July. So I am not going to stream next week, Monday night. So we will miss one Monday night stream. But then, obviously, the following Monday after that, we'll be back to the normal thing for Monday night's grind. Anyways, everybody, as always, thank you very much for watching, and have a great game.